the shoulder of this person is 13. The neck is 12.5 inches. The neck circumference 12.5 inches, and then the sleeve is 16 inches. Sleeve. Then the sleeve shirt length is 22. Shirt length is 22. So we're going to be, the circumference, this shirt circumference is 25. So we're going to work with this measurement. So first of all, we'll use the circumference to know how we'll get these shirts right. We are going to be dividing this 26 by 2. We'll say 26 divided by 2 to be giving us 13. Then 13 divided by 2, it will give us 6.5. So we're going to be working with this 6.5. Then we'll add 1 and also 2.5 to this 6.5. 1 we are adding is the same allowance. This gives us 7.5. Then the 2 we are adding, this plus 1, then plus 2.5 we are adding. This is the folding allowance and overlapping allowance. It's giving us 9. It's giving us total of 10 inches. 10 inches because we're adding 2.5 to 7.5. It's giving us 10 inches. So our folding is going to be 10 inches. So let's start. So I'm going to be marking 10. I'm using a white chalk because it's actually, this is for a customer, so I'm going to be using due process. If it were to be just normal tutorial, I would have used a colored chalk. But let me use white to avoid staining the fabric because this chalk, they are so stubborn. So I'm using 10 inches. I'll be using 10 inches. I'm just adding half for the curve allowance. You're going to see I'm going to make curve allowance is 10.5. And this 10.5. This 10.5 inches. So I'm going to be folding in that direction. Then I will iron. I'll make sure my folding is straight to avoid error due to parallax. So what I'm cutting to be quite easy. I take this process whenever I'm cutting sleeve shirt because I just want my work to be the best. I want my work to come out without complaint. I want it to always look perfect on the customer's body. So I always make sure I go through this normal process. Then I will measure the shoulder from here. Then I'll be taking the folding allowance, which is 1.5 inch. 1.5 inch. Let me put it where? Okay, let me use my pencil. I'll be taking 1.5 inch from here. 1.5 inches. This is 1.5 inches. I'm going to show you how I'm going to fold it. Just follow the video if you're watching. Then I'm going to be going down by, since it's a kid, I'll be going down by 2 1/4 inch. 2 1/4 inch. So this is 1.5 by 2 1/4 inch. Then the overlapping allowance is 1 inch. I'll just give a mark at that region. Then the neck circumference, I'm using 1 1/4 for the kid. So the total I'm using here is 3 3/4. So I'm going to do like so, 3 3/4. Then I'm going to roll my line across like so. Then I'm going to make my curve for the neck. This region, this is how to cut sleeve shirt professionally. It will give the exact neck circumference that you need for the baby, or for the child, or for the person if you are cutting for a child. Then the shoulder will continue from this 1 inch here, this 1 inch overlapping allowance. The shoulder of this person is 13. The shoulder of this person is 13. So 13 divided by 2 is giving us 6.5. So we are going to be using 6.5 plus half inch seam allowance, making it 7. So from this region, we are going to be looking for 7. So this is 7. This is 7. So I'm marking 7 here. We are going down by 2. This is 2 inches. You see, we're going down by 2. The shoulder slope. Then we'll mark like so. Then we'll mark like so. After marking this is the shoulder slope. I hope you are seeing this clearly. This shoulder slope. We are going to get the armpit depth. The armpit depth for adult and children are quite different, but the difference is not really so much. So what we are using for children is more or less like a standard. So in my company, we just use this as a standard, and it works so very well. We use 5.5 inches. This is 5.5 inches. 5.5 inches. Then I will draw. Then I'll make sure the margin I'm having from here is to this point is 1.5 inch. I'll come here and still mark the same 1.5 inch to have a straight line. So I'll go like this and get a straight line here. After having a straight line, I will just form a curve between this place. Coming in to this point by 3/4 of an inch, then come in like this. You see? This is the armpit that we need for the shirt. So now the length of the sleeve shirt, taking the length of the sleeve shirt from this point down to this other point. So now to get this length very well is what I will do. Let me brighten up the area a little. So the length of the sleeve shirt, I'm going to be getting the length of the sleeve shirt from this point. The length of this sleeve shirt is 19. So this is 19. I'm going to be adding allowance. I'll just make it 20.5 to avoid having a short length of sleeve shirt. So with this, I'm going to draw my lines here. Like so. So this is the length for the sleeve shirt. We will come to the base to now give the curve allowance that the curve we have at the bottom of the sleeve shirt. So to get this curve, we'll come here by 1.5 inch. Then we'll come to this other side by 5 inches. Then we'll make a blending appearance here. You see? We'll blend it so well. So now this gives us a curve. Now I will need a curve at this region. In this place, we're going to use our curve pattern. So this is the curve pattern. We're going to just remove something like 3/4 of an inch from that point using the curve pattern of a sleeve. So you can see this is our sleeve shirt. This is the front piece of a sleeve shirt. So I'll be cutting out like so. So this is a sleeve shirt. You can see it's actually a sleeve shirt. We folding like this. You see. So what I will do next is to iron this region. It's not necessary. It's not compulsory, but I'm just going to iron it like this, like so. And I will iron the other region. And when I iron, I will see fold again. I'm folding it in again. I make sure when I'm folding, I make sure the folding is even to avoid disparity, especially when making your seam on it. You can see how it is. See it. Then I'll come again. Then I will see also iron. Then this, with this, I've gotten the front piece of the sleeve shirt. You can see it. The front piece of this sleeve shirt is already set. So now I'm going to go ahead to cut the back piece. This is how to cut the back piece professionally. If you want to make money while making sleeve shirts, this is the easiest way you can go about it to start making money while making sleeve shirts. You can use this to start mass producing sleeve shirts and begin to make real money in real time. This is what it is. Now to get the back piece, this is a lot of fabric. This is a lot of fabric. I'm going to be working on this fabric for customers, so let me just do some based on this tutorial I'm just making online. Let me just make this one so that if anyone wants to get into business of making sleeve shirts for people to start buying in your local environment and in other environment, contacting you for wherever you are, this is a tutorial you must watch. In fact, we are in this world for business and we're trying our bits to see how we can do our business so very efficiently. So now I will place this that I've cut on this just to get my back piece. So I'll do it like so. I'll make it to override it. I'll make it to override it. Override it with 1 inch. So this is just it. So at this point, I'm going to be ironing this region. I'm going to iron it very well because this is what we just need. So let me put it again so that we'll see. You make it override it. You see, I'm having an excess here. Let me put it like this. I'm having excess here, excess here. You can see this region, the excess that is here, and the excess that is here, based on the circumference I've already had for this customer. So I will place it like so. Then I want to cut the back piece of the sleeve shirt. You can see the overriding. The circumference of this person is 26, and when we divided 26 by 2, we had 13. Then we divide 13 by 2, we had 6.5. Then we added 1 inch, which makes it to be 7.5. So what we need here actually is 7.5. See, 7.5. This will make a perfect sleeve shirt for the person. So we are going to be marking like this. We are going to be marking like this. See, this curve allowance is already here. So we can start cutting from this point. So now to get this, see, I've cut this whole place out. Now to get this upper part, we're going to come like this. We're going to be making something like, from this point, we're taking 2.5 inches. Here we're coming here with 2.5 inches. Then we're going to be drawing a straight line connecting these lines together. You see, like so. Then this will be blending with this, like this. So this is what we'll be cutting out. So with this now, we are set to go. Then you blend by overlapping it like so. Then what you do is to cut this to this point to make it balance. Then you cut to this point. No, just to balance it. Then here you also cut just to balance it also. Just like so. Then you trim from this point, you form a straight line there. Then you also come here. Then you blend it. So this is it. How to cut a sleeve shirt professionally. This is what it will give you. You can see. You can see it. With this, we'll go to the sewing machine, then we'll sew to have a professional looking sleeve shirt. These are the two front piece. Let me just label it by writing the name. This one is for figure. So we're trying to make sleeve shirt for another person, cut the sleeve shirt for another person. This person's name is Jesse. So the shoulder of this person is 14. The neck is 13 and a half. Then the circumference, which is chest circumference, is 29. Then the length of the sleeve shirt is 26. So we're going to be working with this. The sleeve length is the sleeve length is 19. Is 19. The sleeve length is 19. So we're going to be working with this. Since the length of the sleeve shirt is 26, let's see. This is now up to 26, so we're going to change the dimension of this. So since the circumference of this person is 29, so we're going to be saying 29 divided by 2 is going to give us 14 and a half. 14 and a half divided by 2 is going to be giving us 7 1/4. Now we're working with 7 1/4. Working with 7 1/4 meaning that we're going to be adding 1 and also adding 2 and a half. Adding 1 is going to give us 8 1/4, then adding 2 and a half is going to give us 10 3/4. So we're going to be folding to 10 3/4, and this is how we go about it. See, I'm just looking for 10 3/4 anywhere around there, which is equivalent to 11 inches. Then this is 11 that we need. So I'm going to iron across. Then I'm going to come up here. I'm going to get my 11. I will also get here and get 11. Then with my straight rule, I'm going to rule like so. Now this is my line. I'm going to work with this line. So the length of the sleeve shirt that I actually need is the sleeve shirt length is 26. Sleeve shirt length is 26. So the entirety I will need here, I'll just need 27. It will be okay. So this is 27. So I'm marking that region. So I'm going to be cutting the whole of this off. So now I'm going to be working with this. So I will do it like so. Let me put this here so that this will go for the shoulder region. So now, to cut this sleeve shirt, I'll first start with the neck, measuring the neck. Please, if you're viewing me, subscribe to my channel and begin to learn things that pertains to fashion. If you want to become a fashion designer or if you want to run a fashion business, a successful fashion business, you can do well to subscribe to my channel because I upload fashion videos where I train people how to become a global fashion designer from any sport they are. So here I'm using half inch, 1.5 inch for the folding allowance, then 1 inch overlapping allowance. That is compulsory for both adult and children. Then I'm using the neck of 1/4 of an inch, the neck margin after dividing the neck. Then I'm going to go down by 2 1/4 inch. Then I'll come here again by 2 1/4 inch. Then I'll connect these lines together like so. Connect this line like this. Connect like this. Then next thing we're going to be doing is to be taking the shoulder. Now the shoulder of this person is 14. So 14 divided by 2 is 7. So from this neck region, we're going to be measuring 7. And this is 7. So this is 7. Then we'll come down by the shoulder slope by 2 inches. So this is 2 inches already. So we're going to be connecting this line to that line. Then after this, we're going to be getting the armpit circumference. Now for children, we normally use 5 inches. So in this case, I'm using 5 inches. Then I will come down like so and connect these lines together. Then I will connect this one to the edge so that I can have a good curve at this region, which is what I'm doing with my hands like this. By this, I've gotten the upper part of the sleeve shirt done. Then I'll go to the base. I will come down by 2.5 inch, come up by 2 inch. Then this way I will come by 5.5 inch. I want to get a sleeve shirt.